Okay, yeah, we're back, and I'm doing the video that I tweeted about last week, that I was working on something a little bit different. And, well, you already know by now because of the title, but it's my F1 2021 predictions for this season, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's looking a lot closer than what it was last year, especially at the front. I think the midfield battle is going to be extremely close, like I was really struggling to decide who to put where when it came to the midfield. I think we've got our obvious back markers this season, but yeah, I think as a whole it's going to be a lot more exciting and enjoyable to watch this season. I mean, it was enjoyable anyway, but it's going to be a lot more interesting and unpredictable, I think, this season. But yeah, I mean, without further ado, I'm just going to get into it because it's going to be a bit of a long video as it is. But the first person on the list, which is the person at the back, unfortunately, is Mick Schumacher. And don't get me wrong, I don't doubt his ability at all. But he's in the Haas. I don't think I need to say much more, really. Like, the Haas, they've been going backwards. They're just full of problems, constantly in the news for bad things, and I mean, they haven't done any upgrades to this year's car at all. So I can't see them finishing not last, basically. Like I said before, I don't doubt his ability at all. I think he will come good, but it's his first season in F1, and I think he is in by far the worst car of the season. Which will then bring me on to my next prediction, and I think this is probably quite an obvious one as well, and that's Nikita Mazapin. Again, he's in the Haas. It's his first season. Again, I don't doubt what he can do in the sport, but as the car goes, I don't think the car can take either of them anywhere really this season. I think it's probably, if anything, it's probably the perfect car for them to start with, because there's no pressure at all. With no upgrades on it, and there's just no expectation behind them at all. So I think this is probably perfect for them, which is good for them. But yeah, I can't see them. I can't see them not finishing last. Basically, I don't think either of them are going to get points. So you could put Mick in 19th. It really wouldn't matter. And I mean, I don't want to speak too much about Mazepin. I personally don't think he should be in the sport. I mean, we all have our opinions, but I don't think what he's done gives a good look on the sport as a whole. But yeah, it is what it is. He's in, and yeah, I mean, I hope they both kick on and do pretty well. But this season, I don't think they're going to do much really in terms of getting points, at least anyway. Then in 18th, I've gone with Nicholas Latifi again. He's had his rookie season. Didn't do a whole lot really. He came close, I think, first race of the season when there was it 8 DNS or something like that, something ridiculous. But yeah, he's in the Williams. Williams have moved forward, don't get me wrong, but again, I don't think he can get a lot out of the car like George Russell, for example. I just don't think the Williams is there to take him very far. I would be very surprised if he got any points this season again. But yeah, I mean, Williams are moving in the right direction, and hopefully in the coming seasons, if he stays, of course, he will come out of a season with a few points. But this season, I don't think he's going to get any points, unfortunately for him. 17th, I've gone with Kimi Raikkonen, and I mean, I love Kimi Raikkonen. I think he's hilarious. I think he's a funny guy, but I think he has passed it now. As they say, I think he's too old now. I don't think he's got the love for the sport like he used to either. I mean, if you see his interviews and stuff, he doesn't. He sounds like he's sarcastic and just takes it as it is. I think he literally does it like he says because it's his hobby. He doesn't do it as a job anymore or anything like that, and which is fine. It's fair enough. I mean, I hope he does well. I love Kimi, but I just don't think, as well with the Alfa Romeo, I don't think it's a good enough car to challenge at least top 10, never mind top 15. But yeah, I love Kimi Raikkonen and I hope he does do well, but I personally can't see him finishing too high up the season at all. And then 16th, I've gone with his teammate, Antonio Giovinazzi. I've gone with Giovinazzi because he's younger. I think if there's anyone that's going to do better in the car this season, it's going to be Giovinazzi. He's got to, at some point, start looking quicker. And I mean, to stay in the seat, I'd assume anyway. He didn't do anything spectacular last year. But yeah, Alfa Romeo, they do look a bit quicker than last year. So maybe he can nick a couple of points this season. Who knows? But yeah, again, I don't think Alfa Romeo are going to be up there challenging for points on the regular occasion. I think if they do get points, it will be all based on DNFs and just if the race goes their way, really. But again, I do think Giovinazzi will be quicker than Raikkonen just because of his age, and he's still got the love for the sport. I'm not saying Raikkonen doesn't have the love for the sport, but he's younger. He would want it more, right? I think Raikkonen realises now that he has come to the end of his career. This is most likely his last season, whereas Giovinazzi still has a future in F1, so he needs to perform. And I think that'll give the edge over Raikkonen in the end, really. Now, 15th, I've gone with George Russell. I've gone with I want to say a bit of a bold prediction here, but I do think he's going to finish above both Haas's and Alfa Romeo's and his teammate. I think he's going to get points as well this season. He seems to always get the most out of the Williams, probably more than he should, really. I think he's a quality driver. I think he's a real professional as well with the way he's taking on everything. Obviously, he's been a backmarker for the last couple of seasons. He doesn't let that get him down or anything. He just gets on with it. And then obviously he had his chance with Mercedes, and unfortunate events really destroyed that race for him. Yeah, he just got on with it and just carried on going. And dare I say it, I do think he is going to be a future F1 champion as long as he gets given the car he deserves, because I mean, I don't know about anyone else's opinion, but I think he is one of the better drivers on the grid at the moment. For sure, he's just consistent. He doesn't get involved in any collisions and tussles. And yeah, I know the car's not obviously fast enough to be in too many fights, but when he's in a fight, he's clean. He's just not reckless. He's just consistent. So I think he is going to get points this season. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be many, but I think this will be the season where he gets points with Williams, for sure. Well, I mean, I'm hoping anyway. The 14th, I've gone with Yuki Snowden. Again, it's his rookie season. He looked quick in testing. He did. He looked very, very quick in testing. And we know the AlphaTauri has got a bit of pace behind it. Obviously, with what Pierre Gasly has done with it last season especially. But yeah, he looked really quick in testing. I was surprised, but it's testing. I think it's going to be completely different when it comes to race pace. It's his first season. He's going to need to adapt. And yeah, I think he'll definitely get points. How many, I don't know, but I don't think he's going to finish in the top 10. He may be a couple of places above where I put him, but I put him purely there because he's a rookie and he's going to need to adapt. And he's going to need to learn. He's got a lot to learn, as every rookie does. So yeah, I've gone with him in 14th. Then I've gone with the iconic Fernando Alonso in the new Alpine car this season. Yeah, the Alpine car isn't looking very fast at the moment. Yeah, it isn't looking very fast at all. But yeah, he's got experience. He knows F1 in and out. So I think he probably can get a lot out of the car, but he's come back into the sport. So I think, again, he's got to adapt. Not like a rookie would have to adapt, but he still has to adapt. He has to learn again. The cars are different. And yeah, it's just learning everything all again. Obviously, he knows a lot already, but got a lot to take back in and get used to again. I don't think he's going to be firing on all cylinders straight off the start. I think he will get there. I mean, he's been saying in the last couple of weeks that he's in the best shape of his life. He's ready to fight at the top, and I hope that's right. But unfortunately, I don't think the car is there with him on that one, so I can't see him being towards the top, unfortunately. I'd love to see him there, but I just can't see it personally. And in 12th, I've gone with Sebastian Vettel. This one hurts me, this does, because I want to see him at the front again. But I just don't think he's got it anymore to get there. He's got the potential to do it, but unfortunately I don't think the car's with him to do it. Aston Martin aren't as quick as I think what a lot of people thought they were going to be this season. They're definitely not the pink Mercedes like they were last year. But yeah, he's a great driver. He's got everything that he needs to be at the top, but he just hasn't seemed to gelled with the cars over the last couple of seasons, and I don't know if that's because he just fell out of love with the sport because of what Ferrari were doing. But yeah, he just hasn't seemed to be all there. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see him up there, but I just can't see him being at the top with the likes of Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Perez. I just can't see him up there this season, which is sad. But yeah, hopefully this isn't his last season, and he goes on to do more, and he does eventually get back to the top. But yeah, this season I don't think is going to be the one. I think he's going to finish quite far down, which is sad for me to say. 11th, I've gone with Esteban Ocon, so Vettel splits the Alpine drivers. Yeah, Ocon seemed to get to grips with Renault last season towards the end of the season, which makes me think he's going to kick on a little bit. Maybe not at the start of the season, because again, it's a new car, new team, getting used to everything again, going through different things. I think towards the end of the season, it will be the same scenario. He will kick on and get more points towards the end of the season, but the start of the season, again, the Alpine don't look too quick, which is a bit of a surprise, really. I thought they were going to be up there. Well, not up there, but I thought they were going to be at least the higher end of the middle pack than the bottom end. But yeah, the Alpine don't look quick, and Ocon's not a terrible driver. He's a good driver, but I don't think he's a driver that can push a car beyond its limits. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I can't see him doing too well at the start of the season, at least anyway. But yeah, that's why I've put him in 11th. And then I've gone back to a Aston Martin driver, as in Lance Stroll. Some people would know as Daddy's Cash. But yeah, Lance Stroll, a lot of people have been giving him hate and grinding on him the last season, a couple of seasons, that he's only in F1 because of his dad. But I mean, last season he showed pace. He looked quick, and obviously the Racing Point car was, a lot of people reckon, probably illegal. But yeah, he looked quick. I know the car was quick, but the driver's also got to be pretty good, and he put it on pole. He got podiums. Yeah, he didn't look too bad. I think Stroll will do okay this season. I think he'll get points on the regular. I think he'll finish fairly high up in a lot of races. I think he'll still have the odd DNF, because I don't think he's the cleanest of drivers, and I think he's a little bit reckless. But yeah, I think he's got potential. I don't think he should get as much hate as he does. But yeah, I think he's a lot quicker and a lot better of a driver than a lot of people think. I think there's potential for him to go on and do very, very well in F1. Be an F1 champion? I don't know. But go on and do well? Possibly. Yeah, I've put him in 10th just because I think the car isn't as good as the Racing Point last season. If it was a similar car to last season, I think I would put him a little bit high up, but I think the Aston Martin car is a little bit slower this season. I don't know why. Maybe because they haven't copied Mercedes. But yeah, I've put him in 10th for that whole reason. Then I've gone with Carlos Sainz in 9th. Again, new car, new team. He's got to adapt. He's got to get used to everything. And Ferrari have gone forward, I think, this season. They are definitely looking a bit quicker. But I don't think they are where they were still. I think they still have work to do. And with Carlos Sainz's first season at Ferrari, like I said a minute ago, he has space and room to work and adapt to the car. Yeah, he's got to learn the new team, new handling and everything. It's just the new car, just the new team. It's going to take him a while to get used to everything. I don't think he's going to be firing off the start like Leclair. I mean, Leclair gets a hell of a lot out of the car than he really should. He's a great driver, but I think Sainz will be good. He'll be up there. But not off the start, I don't, which I think will hurt him overall in the season. I think towards the end of the season, like the second half, he will start to come quick and look good. But at the start of the season, I think that's where it's going to hurt him points-wise, and he's going to finish roughly mid-table. Where in mid-table, I don't know, which is why I've gone with 9th, but I think that's roughly where he's going to finish because he's going to have to adapt. 8th, I've gone with Pierre Gasly. Again, he was amazing last season. He got a hell of a lot out of the AlphaTauri than he probably should have. Getting a first at Monza, and just getting points consistently, finishing high up consistently. Yeah, he's just consistent, a solid driver, and I hope he can continue with the consistency and the good results, because I think it was a bit harsh for what Red Bull did to him, but I'm glad he's still in the sport. I'm glad he's still got a seat, and yeah, I hope he can kick on and keep the results coming, and maybe, hopefully in the future, get a better seat, and who knows what he could do. But yeah, I've gone with him in 8th. He could possibly finish higher. I think that's probably around the right place, because the AlphaTauri still isn't the quickest car. It's still not really that much of a fast car. I think he gets a lot out of it than he should. 7th, I've gone with Charles Leclerc. Again, Ferrari, it's not where it should be or used to be. They have gone forward. They've got a lot more to do. But yeah, he gets a hell of a lot out of that Ferrari than he should, with getting the points and podiums like he did last season. He had no right to get podiums last season, and he did it. He's an unbelievable driver, and I think if Ferrari can push back to where they were, he will definitely be a F1 champion in the years to come. God knows how long that will take. But yeah, he's a fantastic driver. He's got the want, and he's got the bravery to send a car that's really not stable or balanced into corners way beyond what it should be able to do. So yeah, I think he's going to get a lot of points, probably more podiums this year than he did last year, and better qualifying results, really, because the car is faster. It's still not as fast as it was, but yeah, I think he will do well. He may even finish above 7th. Sorry, I'm not so sure. The top 3 teams look very, very quick this season, so I've gone with him in 7th. 6th, I've gone with the boy, Lando Norris. McLaren, I mean, what can I say? They look extremely quick this season. Extremely quick. With that new Mercedes engine. And they're just constantly working. There's more money coming into the company every month, really. They seem to be getting more and more sponsors. And they're just looking better. They're looking like they're really starting to get an understanding back to where they were. Landon Norris, again, I think, dare I say it, possible future F1 champion. I think so. I do. Again, he just seems very consistent. Even in his rookie season, he was very good and consistent. And last year, obviously, we know he got a podium, his first ever podium in F1, which to me was iconic, with the radio chat at the end of the race. But yeah, I think, again, he's going to get more podiums this year. I think he's going to do better in qualifying. And I think they're just going to get more points as a whole, because McLaren look very, very quick this season. And I think they will challenge at least Red Bull, I think, this season, for sure. Yeah, they just look quicker. I don't know what else to say, really. They are just quicker. And Landon Norris, it's his 3rd season. He's going to be more experienced now, isn't he? He's just going to be better with the car. Then in 5th, I've gone with his teammate Daniel Ricciardo, and I've gone purely with him because of experience, and he's been in the sport longer. Yeah, again, it's a new car. He's going to have to adapt. I've probably gone against what I've done for the whole of this video so far and my predictions. But yeah, he's going to take a couple of races to adapt. I think he'll be pretty nailed on fairly quickly, though. A lot quicker than some of the other drivers that have new cars this season. But yeah, he's got experience. He's been in the sport longer. He's had faster seats. Yeah, I think he's, again, a good professional. He's funny about everything as well. Yeah, he's not serious whilst being serious at the same time. But yeah, again, I think it'll take a while for him to get going. A couple of races. I don't think it'll be many. And then when he gets going, I think he's going to be very quick. He's going to be challenging for podiums. He's going to be high in the qualifying, causing upsets, I think, as well. Yeah, I think he's going to be very, very quick. Yeah, we've seen he could do it in the Renault last season, and this car's quicker. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do, really. I'm a McLaren fan. So, yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited to see what he can do. Then in 4th, I've gone with Sergio Perez, Checko, as we know him, with the amazing season he had last season. The fact that he nearly didn't have a seat for 2021 was ridiculous. I'm really glad Red Bull took him on. I do feel bad for Alex Albon, because I didn't think he had a horrendous season. He didn't have a good season, but he didn't have a terrible, terrible season. But yeah, I mean, he deserved the seat, didn't he? There's no two ways about it. He deserved the seat. He was amazing. Again, he took that Racing Point car to places it shouldn't have been. Getting that win at Bahrain was unbelievable. Obviously, a massive help with the Mercedes mess ups. But yeah, take nothing away from what he did. He came from like literally last to first. I think he was rock bottom last because he had a bit of a tangle at the start. It's got to be one of the greatest comebacks in F1 history, surely. But yeah, he was unbelievable. He's a great driver, and I'm glad he's still in the sport. I really, really am, because we all saw it last season. He's extremely quick. He's consistent, and again, when it comes to battling, fighting other drivers, he seems to be safe. He doesn't cause many collisions, and he's just, like I said, consistent. And he's going to get a lot of podiums this season. I think he's going to get a lot of points, and I think he's really going to help Red Bull challenge Mercedes for that constructors. And yeah, he's going to, again, I think he's going to cause a lot of upsets when it comes to taking Mercedes points and podiums. I really do. I think he's going to be very, very quick. Again, I think he's going to take a couple of races to get used to the car and the team, but he's going to be up there for sure, definitely. Then in third place, we've gone with Valtteri Bottas. I honestly think he's perfect for the other Mercedes seat. I don't want to say second, because I don't think that's the right word. I think he's perfect for that seat. I really do. I think he's a great driver. I just think he's just special. Hamilton's just special. He's just one of a kind. I really do. Everyone can say that he's got the fastest car and all that kind of rubbish. If you have the fastest car, you have to be a good driver still. You don't keep the fastest car if you're not a good driver. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, Bottas has proved he can push the car. He can get podiums, poles. He can do it. Not as consistent as Hamilton, which is obviously his downfall. Hopefully, over time, he will be consistent. Maybe if that takes for Hamilton to retire. But yeah, he's definitely got the potential to push for first, but I just don't think it's going to be this season. I think Verstappen's more hungry. I think he's more willing to push the car further and battle harder. And I don't think he's going to finish second. I really don't. I think the Mercedes and the Red Bull are going to split each other. I just think Verstappen is braver. I wouldn't say reckless. He definitely sends it harder, but he sends it harder with success, which to me he's just braver in that aspect. But yeah, I think Valtteri Bottas is going to finish third, which is sad. I'd love to see him contend, challenge for first, but I can't see it again this season, unfortunately. But who knows? I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, I've got him down as third. Then second, I think we could all predict this. I think most predictions are like this as well. We've gone with Max Verstappen. I can't see him beating Hamilton, especially with the season Hamilton is coming into. It's for his 8th championship, and I can imagine if he wins it, he will retire. Yeah, I think Hamilton's just going to go all out to pretty much make sure he wins it. But again, I could be wrong. Max Verstappen looks extremely quick in testing, and I'm recording this before practice, by the way, so I have no idea what practice is going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more of a telling of what to expect, because people are going to be giving themselves good proper runs for tomorrow's qualifying and then obviously race. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go off what I saw in testing when it comes to Mercedes, because they've done it before. They've had a terrible testing, and they've just come out of blocks firing, and I just think that'll be the case. They can't go down the order that drastically, surely, right? But yeah, I think Verstappen's going to finish second again. I don't think he has a very good car. Whether he has a championship winning car, I don't know. I think Perez will give us a good indication on that, because Perez obviously has the experience and knows how to push a car. So I'm intrigued to see if Verstappen is just generally pushing the car extremely hard, or the car is as good as people think it is. But yeah, I don't think he's going to challenge Hamilton. I think Hamilton's going to just make sure he wins it this season, and then he'll retire. Personally, that's what I think. It'd be sad to see Hamilton leave the sport, because obviously he's been such a massive influence on it. But yeah, I mean, at least it'll give someone else a chance to win, right? But yeah, I think Verstappen is going to end up finishing second. And then that leaves us with the obvious last prediction. and that's Lewis Hamilton. I just can't see anyone else winning it. I really can't. Like I've said, it's the season's for his 8th championship. Obviously, the most championships for anyone to ever have in F1. I just can't see him not winning it. He'll just give it everything to have that to his name. Again, the Mercedes looked a bit shaky in testing, but this has happened before. I can imagine. I'm predicting in practice in about an hour's time that they will be firing. Maybe not firing, but they'll be at the front again. They won't be down in 10th or wherever they were in testing. They're just not going to be that far back. There's just no way. But yeah, I've gone with Hamilton in first. I think that's pretty obvious, and I think a fairly safe bet this season. I can't see. I can see it being that it can be harder. I can see it being harder than last season for sure. But when it comes, but he's still going to outright win it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like I said at the start, the front 6 I think is going to be very interesting because McLaren look very quick this season. And in the middle of the pack, I think from 14th to 7th, it could go anywhere. It could go absolutely anywhere. But yeah, that is my F1 2020 predictions. 2021, sorry, predictions. Miles away. But yeah. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you think I've got wrong here or anyone you change, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'm not miles away on this. I mean, I probably am. But yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one. As always, stay safe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.